going on, guys? In this video we are going to work on the arm and the legs for Flash. As you can tell, I've already got it painted, but I haven't weathered it or anything yet. I'll say that for another video, but this is going to be a two-part video where I work on the arm. In the next video I'll be working on the legs. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Okay, so we're going to start off with the shoulder pads, or pauldron, or call it whatever you want, because I don't really know the difference, nor do I care what you call it. You can find these patterns at my website, www.sigprod.com, and I got a bunch of basic templates that you can pick and choose from. You can modify them, do whatever, I don't really care. I'm cutting into some 3/8 inch thick floor mats, which you can find at your local exercising equipment store or Walmart, or I get mine from Harbor Freight. Now, if you live in a different country, you're gonna have to ask your local Google provider. After I cut all my pieces in a slight angle, I went and put some barge contact cement. Now you can use some Dab Wellwood contact cement or anything contact cement, I guess. But don't mistake in rubber cement for contact cement, because I'm pretty sure those are two different things. You can even use hot glue or super glue. I personally do not use either, but I do use hot glue for my strappings. As you can see, I use the surface of my table to make sure all my edges or my joints are all nice and smooth, and I'm using a piece of wax paper so that the pieces don't glue or get stuck to the table when I'm gluing all my pieces together. And when you're done, you should have something that looks like this, and then you would repeat the process over so you can have the other shoulder. I'm going to use some sandpaper and scuff down the surface of the inside so I can lay down some contact cement. This will let the contact cement absorb into the foam. And now I'm going to use my Velcro, which has an adhesive back end. This will later on be connected to the bicep guards. Now I'm cutting out a bunch of random designs that I think will look kind of cool. And this will add some accents to the shoulder pads. I'm using some scrap 5mm craft foam, but you can use whatever you want. You can use 2mm, those are easier to use, but I just had these laying around, so I decided, why throw them away when I just use them on this. I really didn't follow any reference picture. I just kind of went with it and did whatever I thought looked cool at the time. It might not look as cool now, but hey, it was a good idea at the moment. Yeah, it looks cool. I dig it. Right here, I'm drawing out the patterns for the bicep guards. I decided to do something a little bit different. Not even quite sure where I'm going with this one either. But hey, I just go with the flow. And if it works, go with it. If it don't, tweak it out. That's what I normally do with all my patterns. And yeah, it's all about experimenting, I guess. Basically, I just want this thing to wrap around my bicep. I'm going to take some sandpaper and I'm going to scuff down the foam. So I'm going to apply some hot glue and this little piece of elastic so that when I'm pointing at you, I don't flex too hard and pop open my cosplay. That happened to me several times. Things like that tends to happen when you work out, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to use my high-tech clamp to hold everything down till the hot glue cools down. I'm going to round off these corners here because whenever I tried it on, it was jabbing me in the armpit, which was kind of uncomfortable. But then again, it is cosplay, and sometimes you got to make them sacrifices. I then drew out and cut some accents for my biceps because you can't really see my muscles, so, you know, got to let people know that there's something there. Fake foam muscles, that is. I went ahead and added some more accents to the back of the bicep because why not? Now I'm adding some contact cement for some Velcro, and this is going to attach to the shoulder pads. And now I'm going to use this 1/4 inch floor mat, and I'm going to make my gauntlets, which is really easy. No rocket science here. Just want to make sure it wraps around your forearm and you're good. Actually, yeah. That's pretty much it, really. You just kind of wrap it around your forearm. Then I'm going to take some 6mm craft foam. I'm going to cut them to 1-inch strip. And this is going to be used as straps. That's going to hold the gauntlets together, or at least hold it closed while you're wearing it. I'm going to take some contact cement and apply it to both pieces. And then I'm going to put some Velcro on there. This is going to hold it in place, like duh. I'm going to cut the 1-inch strap into 3-inch length, and I'm going to glue it on. But you want to make sure you make it fit your arm. And once you're done, you should have something that looks like this. And you're probably thinking, well, it looks kind of plain right now. We're going to fix that real quick. Bunch of scrap foam, cut it into some random designs, and just glue it on. You want to make it symmetric. Actually, do whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me. Make it awesome. That's all. But you do want to make sure you cut your patterns out on some poster board, some paper, or whatever. So that way you can transfer these patterns over to some craft foam. And then flip these images over so you can do the other arm, because you want your pieces to resemble each other, I guess. Now when I cut out these accents, I cut them out in an beveled angle. That way whenever I glue it on, I don't have to sand it down or anything. It'll give this really cool effect instead of having some square cut pieces. And when you apply your accents to your rounded pieces, like this gauntlet for example, you want to make sure that your gauntlet is closed and that you're not gluing it on a flat table. You can have this flat gauntlet thingy, but you want it to curve around your arm. So yeah, that's probably the best way of doing it. So here's a little sneak peek of my reverse flash. It's almost done. I still gotta do some weathering and some shading, but other than that, yeah. Hey, what's going on guys? Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope y'all learned something. Yeah, here, click on the links to check out the next video on the how to do the legs. And yeah, I'll see you guys here in a little bit.